Mobley is currently on a 5 game streak with at least one block and 3 game streak of at least one steal. What do you think has been the key to her defensive consistency in this 5 game stretch?
Yeah, look, I think it's something that she's very capable of. I don't think it's anything new. I think it's just getting comfortable and where she can be aggressive. She's an athlete. She reads, anticipates the game well, and she has confidence. I think that certainly helps her, and she's big for us, and hopefully we can continue to grow her role. She's been really a valuable player for us, and she gets better and better every game.
And then to follow up, last season's series against Minnesota averaged slightly under 40 points in the paint. Factor in that in some recent additions like Courtney Williams and Alana Smith, what has been the message to the team in terms of protecting the interior?
Yeah, look at our activity. We weren't happy with the way we played last game, but overall our defense has been quite solid, but it's another challenge for us. They've got very mobile post players that slip screens a lot. They've got guards that are really good at finding the open player. But they also have shooters too, so we have to make sure that we're up to touch on our screens, but building a wall behind, but without overhelp. What's the most dangerous there? And and you just got to come ready to play, because they move you around a fair bit, and they've got obviously Collier's getting most of the touches and in most of the actions, but they've got a lot of players that could be dangerous if we let them do what they want.
Thank you, Coach.
Miles?
Hey, Coach, to follow up on that, as a team, Minnesota is currently shooting a league best 53% inside the arc, and players you mentioned, like Nafisa Collier, like Courtney Williams, they lead the league as a team in mid-range scoring. So how, if at all, do you shift your help coverage knowing that they're a team that's willing to get to its spots and take advantage of those kind of short jumper pockets?
Yeah, like you said, it's just like closing those gaps a little bit earlier. What they do, their post plays really slip a lot of screens. So if you change your angle, it means you're giving them that pull-up shot, aren't you, or getting them down to the rim, and they're very effective. So we're going to have to, find ways. If we can't slow them down, how can we score down the other end as well? Because they're doing quite a good job on the defensive end too. So it's a great challenge for us, especially after a game that we weren't satisfied with the way we played. So I'm pretty sure it will be very intentional and hopefully come out with the appropriate energy.
Thank you. Good luck today.
Jackie?
Good morning, Sandy. Thanks for taking the time. First, I want to check in about how charter number 1 went, and if you can give us a sense of how much more time you had traveling this time.
Yeah, look, the charter, it went smoothly. Anytime you can drive up to the bus and put your bags in, probably helped our staff around us that didn't have to go to the airport so early to put the bags in, because we would only arrive 1 hour before anyway. But it was good. The plane was small, but it was fine. It was a little choppy near the end, so it was a little bit rough near the end. So I didn't say I got off the plane great with the turbulence that we experienced, but hopefully that's just a one-off. But otherwise, it went smoothly. So I think it'll be. We're thankful that we get that. We get to get back straight on a plane straight after the game and get back home. I think that will be the big thing. Easier today because we have a day game, don't we? But, even if we had a night game, just the ability to get back to New York and get a good night's rest in your own bed will help the recovery as we move forward.
For sure. And just another one here. Today is the 4-year anniversary of George Floyd's murder, which is a moment that's really significant in modern history, and especially in where you are in Minneapolis. I'm just curious, when you think about how things were in the WNBA 4 years ago, you were about to go into the bubble. How did, I guess, this moment in history impact the WNBA that we know today in 2024?
Well, I said massively. I mean, I was in the bubble, and the stance that the players took, the social platform that they have was just so strong, because they're not more than, it shows the league that the players are more than just basketball players. They can force to make changes, and I know Minnesota has done that in the past with some of the initiatives there, is standing up for what they believe in. And that was a sad day. I think it's a sad day for everyone, but it was a day when the WNBA now is the players are making a stance, and the social injustices around the world, they're standing up for that and using their voices.
Thank you, and good luck today.
Jeff?
Thank you. Good morning, Coach. Thank you for being here today. On Wednesday, you said that the loss against Chicago could be Thursday rather could be the kick in the butt that this team needs. How did that kind of manifest itself over the past 48 hours, and what's the team morale like moving into a new opportunity this afternoon?
Yeah, no, look, it's good, and even we hate losing, and I said it was credit, they made it hard for us, Chicago, but we didn't play anywhere as our game, our identity at all, and that's an opportunity to step back and say, well, okay, we're not going to be satisfied with that, and that's how you get the attention of the players. Is like, we can't just rock up and think things that we're going to turn it on a switch. We all could have been better, including myself. So we're all, it's a collaboration. This is not just push and blame. It's like we all had a part to play, and we need to be better. So the beautiful thing about the WNBA, we get to do that less than 48 hours after that tough loss. But look, I think we're ready. I mean, this is a good team. It's a good test for us to go back on the road and get back into the win column.
Absolutely. And this team has kind of established an identity of, putting up a lot of three-pointers, something that you've tried to kind of stray away from in your time, become a more well-rounded team. What does it mean that through the early outside struggles that you've been able to not only just hang with opponents, but take convincing leads and hang on to victories? What can you say about the way the team has adapted in the face of early struggles from the outside?
Yeah, look, and knowing that that we're quite versatile, and we've got different players with different skill levels, and our movement should be our strength. And last game we didn't move the ball, so we played straight into Chicago's hand. We became a team that I don't like when we're trying to play one-on-one, because we're not built like that. But our movement is like, we talk about good to great, paint to great. It's being the aggressor, getting 2 feet into the paint. Yes, we missed some threes, but our defense was holding strong. Now, last game our defense wasn't strong enough, and our offense wasn't fluid enough to get us that win. So it's getting back. I say, just remember what our identity is and what makes us successful, and that's how we need to play. And the results show when we do that, we're usually a pretty good team.
Appreciate your time and insight. Have fun out there today.
Thanks.
We have time for one more from Brian.
Hi, everybody. Sandy, currently Nafisa Collier is third in the WNBA in scoring at close to 27 a night. How have you sort of seen her game evolve over time, and what do you think will be key for the group in making things difficult for her today?
Yeah, that's a great question. Look, it's I think Nafisa, I mean, is playing amazingly, and coming back, saw that she went over to Fenner. She had a great season in Europe, and last year she was coming back after having a baby, and she's a young player that's going to keep getting better and better. She's dangerous. Just the ability to score in the paint. She's 28 of their shot. 28% of their whole shots is from Nafisa. So we kind of know we need to crowd her as much as you can and make it hard for her. Obviously, shooting over contested hands at the moment, but she's got a lot of confidence, and while she doesn't shoot the three as much, she's still very competent from there too. So she's a player that can compete on 3 different levels, and it's a good challenge for us. We've got post players that are pretty good defenders, so let's see how we go today.
Thanks. Thanks. Good luck out there.
See you guys.
Thanks, everyone.